Hey guys, BoboTheVulture. I'm here. It's time to go to the mall. The mall's going to be great. It's a big indoor shopping center with a couple different floors. It's kind of dead, but that doesn't stop a mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. When they say dead, do they mean that a bunch of the storefronts are shut down? Because that's what happens whenever I go to a mall. Dead malls, guys, am I right? Let's eat something disgusting for dinner. Hell yeah. Language, Missy. Heck yeah? Better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There's greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart burns just looking at the menus. Nobody looks happy to be here. What are you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar? Bread with cheese on it? Or do you just want me to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream? I extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? Oh shit, nachos! She takes my hand with a grin. It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive. We order a giant plate of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very unenthusiastic and possibly stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig in. These are bad. These are very bad. But also strangely delicious? We have to eat through the pain. We enjoy the fluorescent cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So, something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me? Which meme? All memes. Dad, it's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people do it. So the problem is that by the time a meme gets to you, Dad, all us youths have already done the joke to death. And what's worse than that is that movies and TV and video games will try and jump in on a meme train, but just based on how long it takes to make them, the meme will be long dead by the time it comes out. So it just dates it, and it isn't funny. Oh shit, what up? Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject. Where to now? Want to go to that goth store? What? You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as anti-establishment to stop being an exact representation of the establishment. I don't know what store you're talking about. Funny, there was a mall in Frederick, Maryland that I remember going to because, at least for a while, actually it may still be there, they had a kiosk that was a used game store kiosk. But they had both a Hot Topic and a Spencer Gift, and the two were basically indistinguishable. And it was still your standard mall that had like half of the like storefronts also closed, but they had two, you know, counterculture, geek subculture t-shirt shops in it. You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movements of the 70s and 80s? Dude, you gotta be more specific. The one you threw up in that one time. Oh, that one. Amanda runs into the store with me trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the bag. This sounds like it's that Cool Guys theme music. Robert? There it is. You can still see the outline, kinda. I'm so proud? Speech. Amanda. Speech, 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 speech. Alright, I'll do it if you stop chanting. Amanda stops immediately. Clear my throat. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate an historic moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, our very own Amanda Ann Vulture had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Dead Goth and beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, she proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you. Amanda is moved. She begins clapping, slow at first, then faster and more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head. Oh, hey, chain wallets! While Amanda busies herself looking at band t-shirts, I find something of interest to myself. Not much for a dad to look at in Dead Goth and beyond. I don't know, some dads. I'm always on the lookout for t-shirts and mugs and hot clearance deals. This actually sounds like a fantastic place for me, but the game is telling me this isn't a place for dads. Am I not ready to be a dad? I had to get up and hit the lights because it's gotten dark in here. I guess let's look at the clearance bin for hot deals on Hot Wheels. There's a big cardboard box of marked down items. I'm pretty sure $4 for purple eyeliner is a good deal, I think. I wonder if I would look good in purple eyeliner. Hell yes, I would. Look, this is very important to me. If we can't even hear who it is yet, I'm not going to speak clearly. I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An older gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. I could see that. I don't know how to tell you, dude. I just work here.
What?
Listen, when I bought this online on the website, it said this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage.
Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon?
Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying.
I am the manager.
I see. Well, it would seem that I have outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post.
Whatever, dude. The man whirls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can't tell if they're Victorian-inspired or Edwardian in nature. Amanda trots up to me with a t-shirt in her hand. Oh boy, here it comes. Hey, Detron 5000. Am I the robot that punches things?
Yes, I'll buy it for you.
Wow, that was easy. Thanks. At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt onto the counter and grins at the cashier.
Oh.
I love your hair. The cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up, radiating hatred. I hand her a 20. So is that guy's deal. Cashier rolls her eyes so hard, I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Davian. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands Amanda her bag, and it's clear the conversation is over. We make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream.
Huh.
Oh, cool! Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right? Oh, hell yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice road melts, but also they're hunting ghosts. This is like cross-country Canada meets Death Road to Canada.
Eh?
Also, the trucks are haunted. This is an episode I've already seen, but it's one of the best. Callum and Flint Dogbone, the twin brother truck driving ghost hunting duo, find themselves in their greatest peril yet.
Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. I can't steer on them there damn ice roads.
Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits.
Flint, we're about to die.
Ah, almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like they're saying, you're gonna die.
Huh?
That's because we're about to die, you...
This is art. The episode ends, and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer because I'm curious about the exploits of Calum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterward, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep. You can't beat the whammy bar. You also can't beat the whiz. Nobody does. It's never too early to invest in a personal IRA. One IRA, you need to have you need to have a standard IRA and a Roth IRA. Morning, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. You have never, ever let me have 5 more minutes. So, get up. Fine. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase. So, you excited for the cookout today? If there's food, I'm excited. Excited to beef up my grilling skills. I'm not actually going to be the one cooking at the cookout. I don't want to be Bossy Magoo trying to take over the grill. But if there's food, I'm excited. I'm all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everyone brings to parties. Yeah, those are bad. Which means there are more for me. Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood? I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. Oh. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. The social butterfly. Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late. What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time? You know what? We're going early, just because you said that. I head out the door, and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. Because I'm a dad, I guess. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people, and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler, and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on a table next to 2 other veggie plates. Huh. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide.
Welcome. I'm so glad you two are here. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest.
Hi.
Oh. This is Christian and Christy. They're twins.
They stare creepily and say nothing.
Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. Wait, where's Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib.
Oh no, it's the woman from the bar the other night. What is she doing here?
Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary?
Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles.
Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed? I'll have to go look for him.
What? You'll have to... Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure.
Mary, this is our new neighbor, Bobo, and his daughter Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine I need to tend to.
I love her. Nice to, meet you, Mary, for the first time.
Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now.
Mary leaves. Oh god, this is so awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows what Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all of my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in a new city.
My wife has a wonderful sense of humor, but please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. I'm going to skip over to one side and then back. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick at some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. I don't want to have to make friends. Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad. They're going to talk about weather. Go. Do it. Make a friend. But how could I possibly abandon my child to social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Matt shoves me into the center of the yard. Oh, I need to go find the Undertaker. It's his yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and I'm surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't that the barista from the Coffee Spoon? Didn't I meet that guy at the bar? Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit at Dead Goth and Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second. All of these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I better investigate. Could talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Could talk to Joseph and Damien. Burger time. Alright. Our daughter asked us to socialize. Otherwise, I would immediately say burger time just because it's burger time. You know, burger time. Also, I feel like I've made the most social progress with Matt, the barista guy, and Craig's my buddy anyway, so let's go talk to those guys. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they are a unique byproduct of the social and political climates of time and place, and to try and take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leads in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. I'll listen in for a minute, see if I can catch the gist of what's going on. That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm in comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? I'm so lost right now. I shoot a worried glance over to Craig, who returns it. Well, sure, you could say that the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. This is a this is a chip on my shoulder that I've had recently, because I see so many of these online, and I know a number of people who have sort of splintered off from the news business and have gotten into, well, the straight hard news business, political news business, whatever kind of news business you want to talk about, and have gone into entertainment writing. And these fucking the definitive ranking of Star Wars movies, the definitive ranking of the any particular franchise, like the definitive ranking of movies that star John Malkovich, the definitive ranking of Harry Potter's
Any of these things are like, I'm going to make a definitive ranking of works of art. I'm like, that's not how fucking art works unless your definitive ranking is viewership of is total viewership of the films in terms of ticket sales or revenue that they gained. Those are the only objective metrics of them. And yet people love to sit down. Maybe if it's just like they said, some random person's ranking of Star Wars movies, that would be okay to me. But the fact that everybody says, this is the definitive ranking, that's not what definitive means. So it's pretty subjective.
How do you mean?
Uh, well, that painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. Matisse rocks.
That's a Magritte.
Right. Art. Sorry.
You're fine, dude. We were just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you like Van Gogh or Picasso better.
Hugo throws up his hands in frustration.
But they represent two completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism?
Man, that's all way above my head.
Me too.
It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it. And that's awesome.
Just 1 minute about that.
Hugo, please.
Sorry, I get really fired up about art stuff. Bobo, how are you liking the neighborhood?
It's pretty nice. Everyone's been super friendly.
Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine.
Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us.
What is it, sweetheart?
It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head. Aww. Cute, Matt.
Am I cool now?
The girl stares at him, thinking it over.
Nope. But you're still slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on.
Hey, Bobo, this is my daughter.
Hello.
I'm Carmencita.
Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually, Amanda. You remember the cool barista from the coffee shop, and my old college friend, and your teacher.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper?
Haha, great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She wanted a finger guns move from me. I'm pretty proud.
She's definitely a charmer. And speaking of which, where did my son go to?
Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
Ernest Hemingway Vega. Are you smoking?
Ernest is holding a lit cigarette.
No.
I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of a cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter.
Unbelievable. Excuse me.
Hugo marches over to Ernest and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right?
Man, I do not envy Hugo. Last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard.
And the barbecue he had before that, he actually burned down half the yard.
And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard, too.
Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. Bobo, this is my son Ernest.
Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep into his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently.
Hey.
Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in?
Does it matter?
Hmm?
Ernest.
Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah, good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch.
I don't know.
Ernest.
Oh, yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. Seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs.
I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it.
I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get.
Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad?
What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there. You can't say that. My kids think I'm cool.
But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raged against, and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed.
Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard at my daughter. Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point.
Oh.
As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest.
Oh.
Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right. It'd be nice to have it both ways.
Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens?
Ah.
Don't let us eat up your time, Bobo. Go and meet some of the other people around the neighborhood.
That was fun. There's a whole lot more barbecue to go here, though. So I believe what I'm going to do is drop down a save here. Now that I've finished talking to all the fine folks there. And after that, I mean, I guess I can't make any promises, but I imagine it's going to be burger time. This is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Dream Daddy. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see all of you next time. Bye for now.